Hello guys, this is Aaron Buckley. First of all, I just want to say anyone who is watching this, who's taken time out to click, like any of my videos or even subscribed on YouTube, thank you so much. It means so much. This is something I've always sort of wanted to do, but never really felt as if I was worthy of it. Maybe, I don't know. Let's say worthy for now. Basically, this first video is just going to be me offering a brief introduction to myself, why I want to do this video, who I'm hoping to reach with this video, and if sort of anybody else is feeling the same way that I did or wants any help, possibly. I'm not a qualified coach or anything. I am doing my level 2 gym instructor at the minute, but that's not finished. I won't pretend to be qualified. I won't pretend to offer professional experience. However, I have done every diet you could possibly name. I've been in the groups. I've spent countless pounds on online training, coaches. I've done all sorts of different weight training, cardio based stuff. I've ran myself skinny, I've eaten myself fat plenty of times, but it's only sort of recently that I'm actually eating well. I understand macros a lot better. Still, I'm not a specialist by any stretch of the imagination, as I'm sure you can tell, but I have a certain amount of knowledge to give. I would think anyway. I've been through sort of a lot of things, and I have a sort of history that I can look back on. And obviously, our history is what gives the building blocks on what becomes our present and then our future. So, if you can look back at the past and you can make it better every single day, which is all I try and do, just try and be better than I was. Better today than I was yesterday, then that's mainly how you make the progress. So anyway, um, basically I was an extremely overweight kid. I At my biggest I got to, I believe it was 24.6 stone. In school I didn't used to have a neck, so that was fun. I was like a turtle. There is a bit of a neck now, but that there was nothing there. It was like I was wearing a turtleneck 24/7, so absolutely massive. Um, so as I'm sure you can imagine, I loved school, PE, all that sort of stuff. Great times. Yeah, I ate really badly. I drank heavily, and constantly as well. I didn't sort of have much confidence in myself. Definitely didn't have much self worth. The only thing I really cared about, so to speak, was just drinking. Um, yeah, drinking, smoking, eating shit, eating your feelings, all the sort of usual stuff. There's been some dark times, but I would never say that I was to the point where I had like a black, dark childhood. I mean, I had my family who always loved me and cared for me and supported me. So I was never like truly alone. I always had friends around or um, acquaintances that just wanted to drink at my house, whichever ones they were. They were always there whenever I needed them. So I appreciated that. Um, for me, what sort of led me into the fitness world was I remember there was a time when I ran upstairs just to, I don't know what I was doing. I was off to get something or I was off to the toilet or something like that. And by the time I got to the top step, I was like winded beyond like all understanding. Like I don't think I'd ever been that winded before in my lifetime. And it's not a massive house, so we're probably talking, I don't know, maybe 12, 13 steps, and that was me done. So at that point, I sort of stopped kind of ignoring the issues. I started to look into myself, I suppose, look into what was really going on, and started to think, okay, I need to change this. I need to I need to work on me. I need to start caring about myself. I was a huge sort of I went to university, for example. I did counselling and psychology. I learned how to sort of care for other people. Um, learned more about mindset and things like that. But even at this, it was just the wrong time for me because I was still drinking all the time. I could care for others, but I never cared for myself. Um, so after all of that, I sort of looked at myself and I was like, okay, I need to cut down on drinking. I need to sort of learn more about macros. I had one of my first personal training sessions with a absolutely fantastic trainer. It's called Simon. He used to train me at an amazing gym in Grimsby, proper muscle building sort of stuff, the machines, the equipment, things like that. You wouldn't believe it. Um, he was amazing, still is. Always offered great advice and things like that, and he got me to a certain level. But I, again, mindset, caring about myself, things like that, it just wasn't there. So I was putting in a certain amount of effort, but I was never pushing back beyond the boundaries. I was never going to the gym and pushing myself as far as I could. And if I did have days like that, I would then think, oh well, I've earned a reward now, so to speak, and that would be a cheat meal. And the fact that we call a cheat meal a reward is ridiculous, which I've recently learned thanks to my current online coach. A bit more on that later. So in terms of the fitness goals and all that sort of stuff, I made a little home gym in my conservatory. I used to have a treadmill, a couple of weights and things like that. I didn't really understand what it was I was doing, so I mostly just ran constantly on the treadmill. So I lost a lot of weight. I went from 24, I believe, down to about 19.5. Then I did the Humber Half Marathon, which was awful. Let's be fair. Like I'm pretty sure they were closing it up when I actually got to the end. Sorry, my cat's just jumped on me. Um, so yeah, that was great because I finished it. I got a medal, I got a T-shirt, and all that sort of stuff. I was very happy. I was very proud. Um, but even at that point, I finished it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll train for the next one, and I'll really start to get into this, and it'll be fantastic. No, no, I didn't. Um, so yeah, a main takeaway for me, especially when you get into fitness, is there's gonna be so many ups and downs. There's gonna be serious downfalls. There's gonna be times when you think, why am I still doing this? Is it worth it? Like I've tried so hard and it's just not working for me. And like all I will say is it's absolutely worth it. Stick at it, keep doing it. Remember why you did it. Remember what made you want to start and use that. Use it every single day. Write down your goals. Do better today than you did yesterday. And just keep doing it like that. And if every single day you're getting better, things will start to get better. I mean, if you can do any nutritional courses, if you can learn more about macronutrients, if you can look more into weightlifting, especially weightlifting is amazing. And that's not just as a lad saying, oh, I want to lift up heavy things and put them back down, because I do. Don't get me wrong. I want to be muscly. I want to look like, I suppose, the standard sort of lad image. I've got a while to go yet, but in terms of weightlifting, it's so much more than that. Cardio is the one that everyone thinks of. Sort of, I need to lose weight, I'll jump on the treadmill, I'll jump on a spin bike, I'll run myself ragged. I mean, for example, when I was in care, I used to, in mental health care, I used to go in, finish work, go straight to the gym, go back to work, go back to the gym, go back to work, and I was eating healthy and I was running all the time and all that sort of stuff, and the weight was coming off me, but I was not healthy. I was not strong. I had no muscle whatsoever, so it was weird looking. Like the weight was going down on the scales, but I was still like kind of flabby. There was no tone. I couldn't lift anything. Like I was embarrassingly weak, especially for my height, because like you guys can't see it now, but I'm 6'2". And as such a big guy, people automatically assume like, oh, he's gonna be like really strong and stuff. So I had about the basic strength of a baby, Now I've probably got the strength of maybe like a 12-year-old, so like we're getting there. But in terms of weightlifting, it is so important for your calorie loss. I mean, with cardio, you will burn 500 calories if you run your absolute heart off, and that's absolutely amazing. Use it if you enjoy it, but do weights alongside it because the weights will continue to help you burn calories even when you're at a resting state. It's all about your metabolic heart rate, and everything that you're doing is amplified, so to speak, when you're doing weight training. I might not be using some of the right terminology. I didn't practice this. I should have. I should have wrote down a list of the things I was going to talk about. I should have wrote down a script. I should be reading off it. This should be way better. But if I did that, I never would have started the video because I was supposed to do this like 3 weeks ago. So we're just gonna crack on and sort of see where we go with it. Um, so yeah, anyway, that's what made me get into fitness. Fitness then became such a huge important part of my life. I managed to stop drinking sort of for the reasons I was drinking. I still drink occasionally, like I'll meet up with my best friend and we'll drink. Probably too much to be fair, but so what? Um, I do it as part of a healthier lifestyle. Um, it's like I'm never going to turn around to you and say like go on the sesh, it'll be so good for you. But at the same time, if you're doing everything else perfectly and you have that occasional sort of thing and you still go to the gym and you still work really hard, like it's life, innit? At the end of the day, we're all humans. We all make mistakes. We all want to enjoy ourselves. So if you are in that category and you do it, don't beat yourself up, but understand that you've done that and you now need to fix it. So don't have a drinking day and then think, oh, I'll get a takeaway. And then the next day be like, oh, we'll lay on the couch and watch Netflix for a bit. And then by then it's Wednesday or something and you're like, oh, well, the week's over. We'll start again on Monday. No, don't do that. Because I used to do that to the extreme as well. Like, I'd be like, take away, take away. Oh, I'll get some food from the nearest shop and I'll chill out and watch Netflix. And oh, it's Thursday. Oh, there's no point starting on a Thursday. We'll start on a Monday. No, that makes no sense. If you want to start to lose weight or if you want to continue on your weight loss, do it. As soon as you feel that urge, do it. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're signing up for that online coach, if you're going to the gym, if you're meal prepping, if you're cooking your own food, if you're going to do a healthy shop, as soon as you feel that urge to do it, go and fucking do it. Because if you get the urge to do it and then think, but it's Thursday, I'll wait till Monday, do you know what you're going to do that weekend? You're going to drink because you're going to think, oh, well, diet starts Monday, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to more than likely binge. You're probably going to have a takeaway. You're probably going to eat shit. And then that first week, all your body's going to be trying to do is recover from the damage that you've just caused it. So that first week, you might drop a couple of pounds purely because you've been a bit better than usual. But then that next week, your body might be processing all the alcohol, all the takeaways, all the junk food, and the weight loss might stop. And then you might turn and you might think the online coach is wrong, the diet's wrong, anything like that. Don't get me wrong, diets can be wrong, online coaches can be wrong, but they're an online coach for a reason. They have a lot more knowledge than the average person. They know a lot more than fucking the random dude on Instagram saying, get jacked in 6 weeks, because that's not possible. Like, I wish it was. I'd love to turn on this video and be like, this is how you get jacked in 6 weeks, but you can't do it. You've got to eat right, you've got to exercise right, and your mindset's got to be right as well. If you've got a blockage and you physically can't get below a weight and you're doing everything you can, sometimes it's just down to your mindset. You're causing your body too much stress, and that's why when you step on the scales, the weight's going up. It's weird, but it's true. I'm currently sat at the lowest I've been since I started my new online coaching, but I've been sort of, should we say, misbehaving on the past 2 weeks. I wasn't perfectly on plan. My protein was under because I was scrambling to think, right, now I need to save the calories back. very stupid thing to do, which my coach told me, and he was perfectly right. It was a very stupid thing to do. I was essentially trying to starve my body because I was that desperate to lose weight. It makes no sense. There's no reason to do it. Just give you... Sorry, that was horrible. Give your body what it needs. Stay on plan. Eat what is necessary. And if that week you don't lose weight, but you've done everything you can and your measurements are there and your photos are looking good, just wait till next week or the week after. The body might be trying to digest the things that you're putting in it for weeks at a time. People don't realise this. I didn't realise this. I used to go on nights out, and then the next week, if I'd gained weight, I wouldn't even think of the night out. I'd be like, oh, well, what have I done throughout the week that's wrong? Or why is the information that I'm getting wrong? Or what's gone wrong? Your body could be struggling to filter through everything that you've had that week. Your insulin might be struggling to deal with the amount of sugar you've put into it. Your body might be trying so hard to process everything that you've done on one given week that it takes it an extra week or even an extra 2 weeks. So if you can honestly say that you're being healthy, you're eating right, you're being active as possible, even if it's just 30 minutes a day, just do something. Something active, something to get yourself outside, get some fresh air. Even if it doesn't lead to a huge amount of weight loss, even if you want to go out and get one of them fucking pedometer things and you want to do the magical 10,000 steps a day, good. It might not do anything particularly for your weight loss. I mean, you'll lose a bit from walking. Walking's brilliant. But it'll be more about your mindset. Your mental health will thank you so much if you just get out and do something. If you want to spend the rest of the day as a complete lazy day, you're a hard worker, or you're a mum, or you're a dad, or whatever your reasons are. If you just want to chill out some days and stay away from the rest of the world, that's absolutely fine. But get out and do something active first. Get some fresh air. Give your body what it needs, what it requires. Take your vitamins, take your supplements, learn more about them, learn about what you're putting into your body, and your body will thank you. Your body will appreciate what you're doing for it, and that'll be fantastic. I mean, I'm not the typical sort of person that you're gonna turn on and I'm gonna fucking like whip my top off and there's gonna be a six pack. That ain't happening. I don't have one. I'm way skinnier than I was, but I am by no means skinny. But at the same time, I've gone from 24 stone to 17.7, I believe it is. So, I mean, I've lost a decent amount of weight. And even now, for the couple of years that I've been doing it, I'm learning new things all the time. I mean, I've mentioned it a few times, but the online coach that I'm working with, I'm lucky enough that I also work at the same place as him. Name's Jake MacArthur. If you need any online coaching or anything like that, honest to God, message him. The man's a genius. But not to endorse him or anything, but he is actually that good. But every video he puts on, every time we have a chat and stuff, it just brings you a whole new level of mindset. And having those kind of people around you, having that kind of thought process, and people that make you look at yourself and reflect on the things that you're doing, the things you want to do, and make you actually work towards your goals, they're the ones that you want to hang on to. They're the ones that you need to make sure that you're around at all times. So, yeah, absolutely, guys. Like, just focus on your mindset as much as you can focus on fitness and food and all the rest of it. It's such a shame that it's so sort of a taboo subject. Lads can't talk about emotions. Fuck that. I'm emotional. Nice one. What I'm saying is, when you go to the gym and you do a fantastic workout and you're eating right and all that's good, but the home life's terrible, you're miserable, you hate your job, you hate your life, you could hate any manner of things. It's very easy. Take yourself out of that mindset. Take yourself off your phone for a while. Don't go on your phone before bedtime. Watch a bit less TV. Walk outside a bit more. Read a book if that's what you're into. Listen to a certain bit of music that makes you happy. Just stop searching for the negative things in the world, because Jesus Christ, there are so many. put on the news and they'll tell you that everything sucks and the world's going to end soon. Nice one, great. But that didn't help your life in the slightest, did it? You can go on social media and you can see a million different bodies of people that you'll never reach because they don't exist. They've got a photo editor. If that's what you want, get Photoshop. Give yourself a fake six-pack. It means nothing. Being happy, that's surely what we're all aiming for. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. I don't know about you guys, but I can't imagine anyone turning around and go, no, I don't want to be happy. I'd rather have a photoshopped six-pack. But, you know, if that's you, then you be you. Fair play. Right, I'm going to wrap it, guys, because I've just been rabbiting on at you for like nearly 21 minutes, which is a bit shocking because it was only supposed to be a quick introduction. Yeah, as I say, thank you so much for clicking on the video. If I get any likes or anything, or subscribers, love you all. Appreciate that so much. I am going to start making this a weekly thing now. So that one was just an introduction, bit of a ramble. I got lost a few times there. Hopefully I'll get a bit better at doing this. If anyone has any suggestions on what they'd like me to talk about, or if they have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to just drop them in the comment section or drop me a message or anything like that. If I know you and you just want to abuse me about it, fair play, just private message me, that's not a problem. But like I say, they'll be a bit more structured now. My next one I'm hoping to do on the myths of the fitness world. So if there's any sort of thing that you've thought, everybody always talks about this, what does it actually mean? If I know, I'll be happy to do a video on it and explain and talk about the different myths in the fitness world, what actually is important and what people seem to focus on a hell of a lot more, which weirdly seems to be the non-important stuff. If anyone has any interest on the more mindset side of it, feel free to message me. I'm more than happy to discuss that or to do a video on it. Or literally just anything else, any Q&As, anything like that. As I say, guys, this is something that I want to do. It will be a part-time thing. I'm looking at releasing one video a week, depending on the success of this one, if nobody watches it. Actually saying that, I'll still do it. It'd be all right. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope that you learned something. I hope I didn't sort of get you lost on our merry little trail. And I'll try and get a bit better, write a bit of a script and sort of keep on track for the next ones. But yeah, take it easy, guys. Much love.